Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Julie and I'm the owner and instructor at Broche Ballet Studios. We offer adult ballet coaching and studio rentals here in Denver. Today I want to show you what an absolute beginner ballet class looks like. When someone comes into my studio on day one, they've never ever stepped foot in the studio before, this is what we do. So we start with our feet in what we call first position, which is your heels together and your toes just out to a little diagonal. You don't want to go too far, you don't want to force your turn out, what we call force your turn out, where your feet are too far out. You just want to go to a natural V. As we get stronger, that gets better. So this is first position. We're going to start with what we call a demi-plie. Demi means half and plie means to bend. So we're going to start with a demi-plie. We just bend our knees. You want to look down and make sure your knees are right over your toes. You don't want your knees to be going anywhere except for right over them, because as an adult especially, we can't really twist those knees. They don't do so well with twisting. So you have to be really careful with that. So we're going to stretch back up. We'll do one more demi-plie, stretch back up. We'll do a slow demi-plie. We'll take a couple of counts to go down and then back up. Next, we're going to do what we call a releve. That means to rise. So we're going to lift our heels up off the ground. You really hold everything tight and try a little balance, letting go of the bar. Try to hold that there for a couple of counts. Try not to be wiggling around or doing anything crazy. Just try and really, really hold it up there. And then we're going to come down. We're going to change to what we call second position. Second is just like first, except a little bit wider. We're going to do a demi-plie here in second as well. And back up. Another demi-plie, just bend the legs a little bit. And an even slower one, about twice as slow, and back up. We're going to releve. Hold everything super tight, test your balance, come down. We're going to change to what we call third position, which is one heel right in front of the other right toe. Now, especially with adults, I like to start in third instead of in fifth, which is crossed all the way over across the big toe. That's because we need to be really careful with those knees so that they don't twist. And when we start in third, we can be a little bit more careful about that. As we get stronger, we squeeze all the way over to fifth, but especially for day one, I like to get started in third. We do our demi-plie here and back up, another demi-plie and back up, a slow one, 2 counts down, 2 counts up. Then we're going to releve. It's a little bit different here in third because this isn't really a position that we use. We're going to squeeze to what we call SOUS-SUS, which means over, under, and one foot is over the other foot, which is under it. What you want to see is your second foot right in front of your first foot. You want to see one foot in the mirror with 2 heels sticking out the side. We're going to hold and balance in SOUS-SUS. Make sure your arms aren't crazy up here, that they're nice and down in what we call first position. You want it right out in front of your breastbone where your ribs will come up and meet. We're going to then separate the feet, come down, change to the back to do the other third position. Demi-plie and stretch, demi-plie and stretch. A slow demi-plie, 2 counts down, 2 counts up. Rise up, squeeze the legs together to make SOUS-SUS, which means over, under. 1 foot and 2 heels sticking out. Try a little balance here. And then come down. What you'll find, sometimes if you forget to separate your feet when you come down, is that you'll come down and step on your own toes, which we definitely don't want. So that's why we have to do a little separation of the feet before we come down. And so that's our plies. That's how we like to start every single class. From now until when you're a professional dancer, we always start every day with plies. Next, we'll do tendu. So for tendu means to stretch. We're going to start in third with the right foot front. A tendu looks like this. And we close. So a couple things to watch for tendu. You want to keep this knee totally straight the whole time. You don't want to bend it to put the leg out and come back in. You want to keep that leg super straight as the leg goes out. We're going to do 3 of these to the front, right in front of you. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do our demi-plie, which we just learned from the last exercise. Next, we're going to go side. Side goes straight out. You want to follow your toes out on the diagonal. You want your heel showing. You don't want your foot turned in. You want your heel showing out there to the side. Again, that knee super straight. We're going to alternate when we close, so we're actually going to close in the back of the other foot with your right foot behind your left foot. You're going to go side again and close, side one more time and close. Then we've got our demi-plie and stretch. We're going to do 3 to the back. So So back is the hardest. We're gonna do a tendu back. You're gonna wanna be able to see your heel there. You don't want your leg turned in. You wanna be able to see that heel back there out to the side. Your knee is pointing straight out to the side. Ideally, your hips don't go anywhere at all. On day one, they might, but we work to get your hips as level and as square as possible. So 3 like this, keeping the leg totally straight the whole time and the knee out to the side. 2 and 3, and then our demi plie, and 3 more to the side. 1 closing front, 1 closing back, and your third one closing front, and plie to finish. We would repeat the whole thing on the left side with the left foot in the front. Next thing we work on is a position called passe. Passe looks like this. There are 2 of the most iconic ballet poses. If you talk to someone who doesn't know about ballet, they probably have seen this before. It's the little music box pose, and they've probably seen an arabesque. Those are just the 2 most iconic poses. So we like to start with passe today. Passe is also used for turns. We turn up here in our passe, so it's important to start that from day 1. So we start with what we call coupé, which means to cut. And you're gonna point your foot right on that little ankle nub right there, the little ankle bone that sticks out. You want your other foot pointed right there. You want your heel away from your calf. You don't want your heel to be touching your body. You wanna try and push your heel forward and away, and then you wanna try and push your knee side. You're gonna drag that whole thing all the way up until you hit your kneecap. That's when you know you got to passe. In passe, you don't want your hip to be lifting, you don't want your knee turning in, you don't want anything twisting, you don't want to sit out to the side, you just want your hips totally level. If you had your tutu on, it would be perfectly level. That knee is out to the side, and again, the heel is forward away from your body. Come back down to coupé and close. We'll do 3 just like this, dragging the foot all the way up and down. This is the 3rd one. And then our 4th one, we're actually going to try a little balance. So we're going to hold the leg up here in passe, and we're going to try and let go. Again, those nice low arms right across from the breastbone where the ribs go. And then grab back up, come down, and finish. So we would do that whole thing on the other side with the left foot, the left coupé, and the left passe, 3 times, and the 4th time with the balance. And that would be our coupé and passe. The last thing we would do is work on a couple of jumps. The reason I like to work on jumps on the first day is to see if jumps are a good fit for you. If jumps are not a good fit, then we have low impact classes where you don't have to do any jumping. So we always like to check in and see if jumps are something that you're interested in, or if you're worried about them, have some old injuries, you know, if you want to go to a class that has jumping or not. So we do what's called sautés, and on day 1 we try them with the bar, but you won't use the bar for too much longer. We just try them at the bar just for security. So we start in first position. We're going to use all the positions from the very first plie exercise. We're going to use first, we're going to use second, and we're going to use third with the right foot front and with the left foot front. We're going to do what's called sautés, which is like the word sauté. Like if you saute onions, they kind of like hop up out of the pan. We're going to use that word. It's called sautés. So a sauté is just a jump in any position. So a sauté in first would be a plie down, jump up, and land exactly like you just were. We're going to do 4 like that. So we've got sauté, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to jump on the last one to second, which if you remember is just like first, but the feet are a little bit wider. We're going to do 4 there in second, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to jump and land with the right foot right in front of the left in third. Jump and land. Now we're going to do 8 changements. Changement means to change. It's the French word for change. We're going to be changing from the right foot front to the right foot in the back. So we're going to jump and change. So you want to be really careful on changement that you don't overcross your feet. We're not doing anything like this. It looks like we're doing this. It looks like we're doing all this crazy stuff, but we're just crossing over a tiny bit, just from one third to the other third. Nothing too crazy. It's really nice and easy. 8 like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's your first ballet lesson. Half hour of ballet. Get your feet wet, try out a few moves. That's all we got. Take care, until next time.